So guys, stay on Suuthing Talks quick chat feedback. We are going to answer questions that are from viewers and people who just, I guess, viewers of both of our channels, right? That sent us, questions that we're going to answer. Now, trust me and Aaliyah are going to be doing this again because, when you guys reach out to me some questions, I'm not going to lie to you. Quick chat feedback is supposed to be provocative, okay? However, I'm getting questions about, what Republicans are going to do. Guys, that is not the quick chat, okay? It's not a quick chat. That is a different silo of Suuthing Talks. We want to connect with as much people as possible. So right now, when we have this hot topic over here on set, we are going to really focus on things in her demographic. So with that being said, and my voice is so hoarse, sorry guys. We keep it real here, like it's allergy season, like I feel crazy.
Oh my god.
But it's allergy season. Get ready, get set, here we about to start. So I'm just going to go on to my device here, my iPad. And there was so many questions. I want to start out by thanking all of you for reaching out to both of us via email. Next time, I would like you guys to kind of DM us.
And Instagram.
Yes, DM us Instagram, Facebook. I'm on Twitter. Just contact us, me or her, and, let us know. And I love the fact that her demographic or age category, you guys are reaching out to me, and I love it because I feel like by age I can be your mothers, or aunts in her case, but you really want to know what I think about it, and I appreciate it because I pride myself on not being that parent that's not open to hearing you. The first question is, I'm in a relationship with a guy that has a child, and at times when the child is with us, there are issues with behaviors. I want to know what your take is on disciplining my boyfriend's child, or, just be correct, disciplining my significant other's child. So, what do you think?
First, I feel like you guys should have this discussion first of what he expects from you when you are around the child. Maybe like the best way, if you do have to go, try talking to the child because you can't do much. So talk to the child, see if it works. If it doesn't, then you leave it to your significant other to discipline.
No, I absolutely agree with you because this gets very tricky, and you don't want to mess up your relationship because of a child that has some very, maybe inappropriate behaviors because they are around their parent and somebody else, right? So a lot of that might be why they're behaving in the first place. But put that part aside. I feel like what you said was very good. If you talk to them and ask them, hey, why are you doing this? Or hey, I don't really like it when you do this. Or, and it has to be like on purpose, really gentle. And then when you feel like, you can't get through, then you should, talk to your significant other and then say, hey, I don't want to step on toes. I'm not trying to, be involved with the actual process. But, I'm just going to leave it to you to let you know this is happening, right? So I think I totally agree, but I totally agree with how you would move forward with that. So I would like to remind you guys to definitely comment on that. What would you do? Would you handle it the way we did, or would you do it in some other way? Because I'd like to know. That would be very interesting. We want to really get the conversation going. We want you to really, engage. Like, come to this call of action. What would you do? Were you in that situation? Tell us. And again, people who are featured on Suuthing Talks, and they get Suuthing Talks quick chat feedback, that is, and they get their question picked, they also get a giveaway. And sometimes that giveaway is cash. Sometimes it's one of my favorite things, appropriate to the gender, of course. And, sometimes it's something mysterious that Aaliyah wants to give away. So I think that you guys should definitely comment. The more comments you have, the more, you have to subscribe, you have to comment, you have to engage, and you will be entered into these giveaways. And that is a wonderful way to kind of say thank you for being part of our channel and appreciating what we're bringing forward. The next question that we have is, why do people in this particular age group not want to have titles associated with the commitment in the relationship that they are currently in? Wow. So, I am going to tell you the background of this. 23-year-old woman is saying that she is in a relationship and she's very, very happy with the fact that they don't necessarily have titles. She's relying on how his actions are, and she is then mirroring that behavior. And this is why the preference is not having a title. Now, we have the same type of question coming from another female who is 20 years old, and she feels that not having a title is saying specifically to the male, you can do whatever you want and I'm going to be faithful to you. So the same exact question from 23 and a 20-year-old. So let's go with the 23-year-old who is not really pushing for a title. I would like you to answer first.
I have to think about it a little bit because, oh my gosh, I don't know, like, I feel like sometimes we feel it's better to go with the flow and just not rush into things, because it helps you. I feel like you just build a better friendship when you are just like vibing. That's it, just vibe. And if it gets there, it gets there.
You see,
of course we're not gonna be vibing for like ever.
Up to this point, I kind of get what you're saying, because sometimes men get turned off with the fact that you're pushing and pushing and pushing for some sort of title, because then they start feeling like, well, trapped. It's not fun anymore. It's not exciting. So that's why I kind of understand your whole vibe mentality. Like, let's just go with it. Let's not put any pressure on it. Let's just feel good in that moment. And when the time comes and it's right, it's right. I actually was going to go in a whole different direction, but I'm not. I'm going to agree with her because I get it. So now part of this issue is being able to explain it to your mother or your aunt or your grandmother. Another thing,
I feel like we're a little older now, so it's like when you're younger, you rushing into a relationship like, oh, because everybody's in a relationship and that's just the thing. Like, but when you get older, you learn to appreciate people and you just get to appreciate the person more and get to know them better, and it makes it more like stable, I guess.
this is a weird episode of Quick Chat Feedback because I again am feeling where she's coming from, because it's like usually I don't get where you're coming from, but I get where you're coming from. It's like we don't need to rush into anything. We don't need to keep up appearances. We don't need to be in the fad. What we need to do is figure out if we like each other and if we can tolerate each other, and if we're not going to get wrapped up too much where we have to block each other on social media and, you know, do stupid things, right? Because that's what they do. So I feel you. Like, let's take it easy, and we're more mature. We're going to not have to force what doesn't need to be forced, right? So I like it. Like I said, I would have went somewhere different, but I feel like me representing that mother-aunt group, and you trying to understand why our parents are doing what we're doing. So I'm kind of representing the parent group.
I'm sad we don't have one this time.
I have fruit juice. You have
one. Go ahead.
So weird. But anyway, what I'm saying is I do agree with that. I feel like you guys are more mature, and if you don't want to, like in the past, if you were pushing for a title because that's what it was to do when you were younger, and now you're like, no, we're not going to associate ourselves with that because we're older and we know better. We could just vibe and figure it out. That's great. So I agree with you. I hope these next two questions I disagree with you, because I won't know what's happening. I'm going to feel like I'm an alien in somebody else's body.